But closing the show had a lot of people talking, and I'm actually, as you are as well, I would imagine, in the minority with the reaction to this thing. Because when I looked on Twitter last night, people were either just outright enjoying it, saying it was entertaining. And again, everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course, and as am I, and as are you, and I just feel like I'm in the minority here. People were outright enjoying it and calling it entertaining, or it was like so bad it was good sort of thing. For me, and what we're talking about here is Tony Khan getting attacked by the Elite. The first time Tony Khan's gotten physical, gotten beat up on the show, because they've been doing this storyline for months where the EVPs have all the power, but Tony Khan stands there like a fucking goof, even though he has more power than they do, not doing anything about it. It would be one thing if they didn't acknowledge Tony Khan, but he's a regular on-screen character on the show. They acknowledge him constantly. They show him constantly. It's terrible. I don't know why he's on the show as much as he is. He's not a good actor. He's one of the most awkward people in the world. And they had him get laid out. And, I mean, I'm glad that he's off the show for now. If that means that he's... My only two top takeaways from this are the fact that he's off the show, hopefully. So I like it for that reason. And two, I guess it makes sense because they want to get Jack Perry involved, and that's a decent use of Jack Perry. Beyond that, I just thought it was stupid. And it's not like, people didn't have an issue with Austin stunning McMahon. That is not what this is. I mean, I could understand the bare basics of a comparison, but if you are comparing Tony Khan to Vince McMahon as on-screen characters, just to put that out there, we're not talking about as people. If you're comparing them as on-screen characters and the Elite to Stone Cold Steve Austin, then I would love to know what fucking drugs you're smoking right now, because that's just not even comparable, but... I don't really know what else to say about it. I just was not a fan. I could see why people enjoyed it, I guess, because it was something different, and AEW needs something different. But I think to have Tony Khan involved in any capacity is just pretty stupid. But that was just me.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think it's... I popped big for Shad Khan. Like, I actually knew who he was before they showed him.
Yeah.
So, like, once I saw him, I fucking died laughing, just because I feel like he's very meme-worthy, like, just his appearance alone. But I think if anything, it's like I think the people that are into it just because there's like something you didn't expect to happen. Obviously, like who expected Tony to get beat up? Like no one really expected. I think that was like the people that liked it, like something new and shocking. Like yeah, but the execution wasn't good. The people that did it, I mean, like I said, I guess it gets Jack Perry back on, but I'm kind of like sick of this whole Elite stuff. So now we're gonna get more of it. But like you said, like they had been. Over the last few months when they've been like the whole EVPs, like they were like, we're going to be producing Okada's match, and they're sitting out at Gorilla with Tony, and like he's on screen, he's just shaking his head because he's an awkward weirdo. But I mean, what's the payoff? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I guess that was my biggest takeaway. Is like, one, I didn't think it was executed well. The people executing it, I just feel like you either love the Elite or hate them. There's not really in between, so it's not like it is what it is at this point. But like. What's the payoff? Like, that's what I guess my thing is, like, are we going to have, like, every week, like, the Elite's going to be, like, running Dynamite? What are we going to get, like, fucking Dark Order and Losers or whatever? I don't know, like, I guess that's my point. Like, what's the payoff? Like, are they just going to hire all their friends and we're just going to get, like, a romper room? Or, like, I just don't know exactly, like, what the payoff is. Is, like, Jack Perry going to beat Swerve for the belt? Like, I hope not. But, like, after they announced Ospreay's going to face Roderick Strong at Double or Nothing, I'm like, why isn't he not going for the world? Like, why is he going for this fucking belt that no one cares about? Like, so that gives me fear that, like, they're going to do Perry versus Swerve next, and Perry's going to beat him for the belt. And I'm like, I don't want that. That's terrible.
No. I don't know. Yeah,
like,
they'll
probably should be going for the world title. When I saw he was facing Strong for that Intercon, whatever the fuck it's called, I'm like, that's a downgrade for him. And then that got in my head, I'm like, why would they do that when he should be going for the world title? I'm like, they'll probably have Jack Perry face Swerve at Double or Nothing, and they'll beat him for the belt, and that'll be the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a fan of that at all. I think the Casino Battle Royal was just chaos. It was fine. I enjoyed parts of it, but yeah, Ospreay going for like a 4th down championship is just so fucking random. I thought they might run it back with Danielson or do something with him in Blackpool Combat Club. I mean, if this means that, we probably still will, let's face it, but if this means that we're not getting Anarchy in the arena for the 3rd straight year, then I'm content with that, because I thought that shit was terrible. But I don't know. I mean, again, if this means less TK on the shows, then great. But like you said, what is the end game here? I mean, again, time will tell. We'll talk about like the let it play out stuff, but I don't know. I thought it was just to have TK involved in any capacity. In my own personal opinion, I don't even want to say it's bad. I just don't like it personally as a fan. Maybe it will end up benefiting the show because the show needs a shot in the arm. Because they don't do this sort of stuff often. They don't really go the storyline route. They don't really have segments close the show. It's typically matches. So I guess it's better to do, to try something different. I applaud them for that. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here and trying to find a positive. Because when it was over, I'm thinking, why did they do that? Like, that was, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I just do not need Tony Khan.
Don't you think like what I said is like they're giving Ospreay the Intercontinental, whatever they call it. I can't even think. What's it? Is it No, it's not Intercontinental.
It's just Continental.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
Continental, okay.
International, my bad, sorry.
International, okay. I thought it was Inter something, yeah. So, I think them giving Ospreay, Ospreay's going to beat Arada Trung. I don't know why he wouldn't. Why wouldn't he be going for the world title? Like I said, it's going to be Perry. I guarantee it's going to be Perry versus Swerve at Double or Nothing, and he'll beat him. And I think that is the stupidest thing possible. Obviously, they'll give it time. They're still a month away. But if that's what happens, that's one of the worst decisions they could possibly make.
It could be what they do because they said that they're announcing Swerve's opponent for Double or Nothing next week. They didn't do it on this show. They could have done it on the show, but they're waiting until next week until after they got this angle out of the way. So I didn't really think about that, but yeah, it's possible. I think that'd be awful though. Perry, I like Perry too, but
fumbling Swerve so fucking bad, it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, no, that would be a terrible use of Swerve. Just to give him his moment for a month. I don't care if he goes back in chase mode. I mean, who cares? He's been in chase mode for years now. Like, give him a little bit of a run. That's ridiculous. But I mean, I don't want to judge it until we see what happens next Wednesday. But if that is the direction,
I think this is what just through my brain of thought, I think this will happen. They'll do Perry and Swerve at what's-its-face. Perry will beat him, and then they'll kind of run rampant for a while, whatever. When eventually Tony comes back, it'll be at All In. It'll be Jack Perry versus fucking MJF, and MJF will get the belt back.
That's a complete waste of Swerve. And Ospreay, too.
It is, no, I completely agree. I think it's the biggest waste of Swerve. He's been so fucking over. One of the top guys in the company for the last 6 months. Yeah. And he's going to win the belt, and they're going to fucking have him drop it. Like I said, then once Tony comes back, that's when MJF will come back, and they'll, be the face of AEW, and he'll take the belt from Perry. Guarantee you.
They're trying to make them the new heel faction, because Undisputed Kingdom was an absolute bomb. I mean, that group has just been so disappointing. I mean, they have multiple championships, but no one gives a shit.
Well, I think I saw a report, they said that, Adam Cole's not even close to being back, I guess.
Yeah, they fumbled that one. I mean, they did the whole reveal, the whole devil thing, and it didn't even end up mattering because, I mean, he was on the pay-per-view and he was on the show on Wednesday, but if he's not close to coming back, then why am I supposed to care? Especially if Roderick Strong's going to lose the championship next month.
Where's Wardlow?
He was there too. Adam Cole was staring him down. I don't know. It's just stupid. Just fucking dumb.